Credit scores in America are about to change forever. What if I told you the credit score system that controls over 90% of your financial life is being threatened by Donald Trump himself? Would you believe it? For decades, one company, FICO, has held a virtual monopoly on the lending and credit world, deciding who gets a mortgage, a car loan, or business funding. The Trump administration is now launching an attack on this system. And if they succeed, the way your credit is judged could change forever. This isn't just about politics. This is about your money. So stay focused, because in this video, you're going to learn why this war is happening against FICO and the credit bureaus, and how this battle connects to housing costs, the US economy, and even global currency wars with China. The exact steps you must take now to protect your financial future and come out on top no matter who wins this war. There are important parts to every part of this video that you are not going to want to miss. And to understand how big this is, we have to start with the first attack that was done across the entire credit industry. This all kicked off last week when Trump's Federal Housing Finance Agency director dropped a bombshell on social media. He said, and I quote, "In following President Trump's executive order to lower housing costs, we are ensuring a truly competitive market with credit bureaus. We want them to act as real competitors, not a monopoly." Let's be clear. When a government director uses the word monopoly, that's not just talk. That is a direct, calculated attack at FICO. This is the government signaling they are ready to break FICO's stronghold on the market. And this isn't just happening in a press release. This is escalating into a full-blown legal and political battle, led by one of the most aggressive senators in Washington. Senator Josh Hawley is demanding the Department of Justice launch an antitrust investigation into FICO. His argument is simple. The government requires lenders to use FICO for government-backed loans like mortgages. This creates a sweetheart deal where FICO has no competition and can raise prices on you, the consumer, and the lenders every single year without consequence. Think about it. Every time you apply for a mortgage, a car, or a business loan, a fee is paid to FICO. Even if you get denied, FICO wins. They get paid just for the lookup. It's the ultimate business model built on a government-enforced monopoly. Who put 3 private companies in charge of American credit, right? They tell you you have bad credit, yet the government is $35 trillion in debt. Can you make it make sense? The real reason for the fight, it's bigger than housing. Now, you might think this is just about making housing cheaper, but that's only the surface level. The real reasons for this war go much deeper into the health of the entire US economy. Listen, the economy runs on credit. This is a core principle from my book, Credit Mastery. If people can't borrow, they can't spend. If businesses can't borrow, they can't expand and hire. High interest rates are already choking all of that growth. Mortgage approvals are down, recent job numbers were weak, and this is political poison for an administration heading into an election. This is the part most people miss. High US interest rates mean our national debt is more expensive, with countries like China who hold our debt. They get paid more by us. Meanwhile, China and Russia are actively trying to challenge the US dollar's dominance with their own currency. And if the dollar weakens, our borrowing costs could explode, making credit almost impossible for the average person. So how does the administration fight back? They attack the credit scoring system to make borrowing easier and stimulate the economy. And they have a secret weapon to do it. This is the first major crack in FICO's armor. The FHFA has officially approved Vantage 4.0 scores as an alternative for mortgage lending. Now, here's why this is a game changer. For the first time, lenders will have a choice. They don't have to use FICO. This immediately breaks the monopoly and introduces competition. Some borrowers actually have a higher Vantage score than a FICO score because it weighs different factors differently. This could mean the difference between an approval and a denial for thousands of people, or even lower interest rates. And this is why people are so frustrated. Some people's FICO score says 790, but then when they apply for a mortgage, it pulls a middle score and they end up at 730. The Vantage versus FICO, one score could say 760 and the other says 710. Which truth do the banks believe? Here's the hidden gem, how to position yourself to win. This part should make your blood boil. The system is not designed for you to have a perfect score. The credit bureaus and FICO make more money when your credit is less than perfect, because lenders charge higher interest rates to riskier borrowers, which means more profit. And get this, lenders actually pay more for credit reports that contain more negative data. So those old negative items lingering on your credit report, that's not an accident. It's part of their business model. It's more profitable for them. And people see it firsthand. We've seen people pay off their house and their score dropped 80 points. Or pay off a $40,000 auto loan and your score doesn't change, but God forbid you miss a $15 payment and your score drops 60 points. They report negatives instantly, but when you do something right, it takes months to report the positives. And every time you check your credit, your score goes down. How is that not a scam? Sometimes it feels not like a credit score, but like a debt score. This is why you cannot be a passive player in the credit game. You have to go on the offense. Whether FICO remains king or Vantage Score takes over, the strategy to win is the same. Your winning strategy is to master your data. You must know your real FICO score, FICO 8, 2, 4, and 5, not just the Vantage Score from free apps like Credit Karma. Use a service like MyFICO or IdentityIQ to see what lenders are seeing. You got to clean the slate before you apply. This is non-negotiable. You must actively dispute and remove every single negative or inaccurate or outdated item on your credit, and don't let the bureaus profit from your old mistakes. This is the core of what we teach. The ultimate goal is to build a credit profile so strong and clean that it doesn't matter which scoring model a lender is going to pull. Whether it's FICO or Vantage, your profile will be undeniable. A perfect payment history, utilization under 9%, and a healthy credit mix, these are the factors that lead to high scores on any model. This war over the future of credit scores is just getting started, and you cannot afford to be a casualty. The rules of the game are changing right before our eyes, and the frustrations keep coming. I've had friends complain about how your credit score decides what you pay in car insurance, even if you have a perfect driving record. How is that fair? Now here's the thing, even though you now know this battle's happening, there's one more thing you need to master. Because if you don't, it doesn't matter who wins, you will still be left behind. So watch the next video where I break down the best ways to increase your credit fast this year.